Are you trying to drive me crazy? Do you even know that I'm carrying the future heir to the Yunjing Group?
After the boss went on a business trip abroad, a new intern, Shin Manling, claimed she's pregnant with his child and started throwing her weight around at the company.
Hey, Assistant Lin.
This project is basically finalized. We just need your signature on it. Use mine. All done. Then I'll head back to the company first, boss.
Lin Zhaozhao, while I'm away on this trip, I need you to manage the company well for me when I get back. I have a surprise for you.
Assistant Lin. Shen Manling says she's pregnant with the boss's child, and now she's laying down the law as the boss's wife. You need to get to the CEO's office now. Assistant Lin. Assistant Lin.
I'll be right there. Li Muqian. He has a child?
About to board the plane. I'll be at the company in 3 hours. Wait for my surprise.
Jerk.
Assistant Lin. As the boss's wife of this company, how dare you be late to my first meeting? Do you have no respect for me at all?
I was just handling an important project.
You're late and you still have the nerve to make excuses? Your bonus for this month is gone. Is everyone here now? Listen up. Starting today, the Yunjing Group is under my command. Starting today, Yunjing Group is mine to run now. First, from now on, the company will have a uniform dress code. All women will wear janitor uniforms, no makeup, and absolutely no perfume. Men will wear security guard uniforms, no ties. On what grounds? We signed employment contracts, not indentured servitude. Shut up. Don't think I don't know what you're all up to with your painted faces. Trying to sneak into my husband's bed while I'm pregnant? In your dreams.
He's right. The company contract doesn't specify any of this. Moreover, before the owner left on his trip, he clearly stated that I'm in charge. No matter who you are, you have no right to order Yunjing's employees around.
I have no right? Recognize this token of the future heir to Yunjing Group? They don't recognize it. But you do, Assistant Lin, don't you? Answer me.
It is indeed.
Let me make this crystal clear to all of you. Anyone who disobeys me will be fired on the spot. Second, from this moment, the company elevator is my private elevator. All of you will take the stairs. And of course, no one is allowed to be late. 1 minute late, $1,000 fine. 2 minutes late, $2,000.
But my feet.
Are you trying to make me Miss Scary by climbing stairs? If you have a problem, leave earlier. Can't you figure it out yourself?
Manlay, I don't think so.
You think I do? I think. And another thing. Who gave you the nerve to call me by my name? From now on, you will call me Boss Lady. Understood? Calm down.
Jobs are hard to come by these days, especially one that pays $50,000 a month for a 4-day work week. Lose it, and it's gone for good. Hold it in for now. Back up the surveillance footage. We'll deal with it when the boss gets back. Yes. Boss lady.
Anyone else have a problem? Step forward. Since no one does. Third, all the company's air conditioners are to be turned off. Set your computer brightness to the minimum. My unborn child must not be exposed to any radiation.
Set your computer screen brightness to the minimum.
Shut your mouth. It's generous enough I'm not making you turn off your computers. Couldn't people work before computers existed? If you understand, get back to your desks. Assistant Lin, you stay. I heard you and my husband grew up together. Right after graduation, you clung to him to be his special assistant.
Tell me.
Are you trying to seduce my husband? Say, are you trying to seduce my husband?
Boss's wife, you've got it all wrong. The boss just gave me a chance. I usually just serve him tea, pour water, just trying to make a living.
Humph.
Right.
With a sourpuss face like yours, my husband wouldn't even look at you. Go. Clean up this trash. And wipe the floor clean. You dare use a filthy mop like that? In the CEO's office. Are you trying to stink up my nose? Go get a towel and wipe it. Come here. Wipe the desk first. Assistant Lin, you think having a company's chief assistant mop floors, isn't that a bit of a waste of talent? It's not that I want to make things hard for you. It's just that my husband worries about me. He's afraid if I don't set the rules straight now, I won't have any authority in the company later.
Li Muqian must be really desperate, willing to eat anything.
What? You have a problem with that?
How could I? Boss's wife. It's just that there's a $3 billion project in the business department waiting for me to handle. Should I keep wiping this desk? And then when the boss comes back, you can let him give you that $3 billion to make you happy. How about that? You.
Get out.
Fine.
Hold on. Bring the project here, and handle it while you mop.
Deal. Ah. Thank goodness the contract's okay. What a relief.
You've got some nerve. You dare push me? Are you deaf? If anything happens to my Dragonair, you'll pay for it with your life.
This project is the financial lifeline of Yunjing right now. It's worth $3 billion. Do you have any idea how much damage destroying it would cause the company?
Huh, what are you yelling about? Trying to scare me? I just checked. It's just a small project worth 300,000.
It's just one piece of the puzzle.
Shut up. Know your place. I'm the boss's wife of the Yunjing Group, and I'm carrying the future heir of the Yunjing Group. No contract is more precious than my Dragonair. Your most important job right now is to serve me well, and my Dragonair. Understood? Now, go get me some orange juice.
No time to deal with this lunatic. The priority is to fix the contract first. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Zhang, for this opportunity. I've already had the contract delivered. It should be there any minute.
Ah,
It's way too hot today.
Climbing 10 floors is like a sauna. My computer just crashed. I don't know if I'm blind or the brightness is at its lowest, but I can't see a thing.
Ooh.
Assistant Lin, why is Shin Manling dressed like that?
And we can't use the elevator or the air conditioning.
Everyone is sweating buckets.
Boss, the plane lands in an hour. I backed up today's surveillance footage. Keep it safe. We need to stay calm and not get fired. Once the boss lands, I'll tell him everything right away.
What's all the noise about? Fine. So you're just ignoring what I say, huh? Stop. All of you stop. I said no AC because the outdoor unit is too loud and noisy. But look at you, making even more noise with these stupid fans. Ugh. Are you doing this on purpose to defy me? Huh.
As the company's chief assistant,
You can't even handle such a small matter? What are you staring at? What are you staring at? Useless. Poor supervision. Fines and compensation. You too. Each of you is fined 500. Boss, we were just fanning ourselves. That's all. Were you using the company's air? Using the company's air means you pay.
Boss, please let us off this time. I have a mortgage payment every month. I haven't gotten this month's salary yet. I really have no money on me.
If you have no money, it'll be deducted from next month's salary. It's merciful enough that I haven't fired you. And you dare to bargain with me?
Boss, look, my phone only shows a balance of 5 yuan.
If you can't pay up, get out of my company.
boss, calm down.
It's an honor for you to contribute money to the company.
The boss is wise. I've always said, the company is our home, and saving resources is everyone's job. I see the temperature outside is only a little over 40 degrees today. How can it be unbearably hot?
The executive office air conditioner is set to 26 degrees. Of course you don't feel the 40-degree heat. You're as cold as a corpse that's been lying in a morgue for 3 days. No wonder you're so good at making snide remarks.
Boss, you've said so much. Have some water and take a break.
You're quite clever. You're exactly the kind of person we need as a chief assistant. I don't know what my husband was thinking. Picking someone like Lin Zhaozhao. That's ridiculous.
As if a top university graduate like me needs to pull strings to be Li Muqian's assistant.
Lin Zhaozhao, finish dealing with this trash. And get back to the office.
Boss lady, I still need to go meet with Mr. Zhang.
Is that really necessary? Finish up and get back here.
The contract damage was Yunjing's fault. Thank you for giving us a chance to make it right. We're willing to offer a 1% discount as a gesture of good faith.
Such an important contract, and you just let it get destroyed. Honestly, I really thought Yunjing was just messing around. That you weren't serious. But I know how much effort you put into securing this project. I've seen it all. I'm willing to trust you one more time.
Don't worry, Mr. Zhang. Yunjing will not let you down.
A discount? Why should we give him a discount?
Boss lady, this is a company project. I should be handling it.
My husband's company is my company. Lin Zhaozhao. Why are you so eager to hand my husband's money over to this old man? Is it because he's your lover?
What nonsense are you talking?
You! Assistant Lin, regarding the partnership, let's discuss it another day.
Director Zhang, why are you so desperate to chase after an old man? Have you no shame?
I told you, this is a very important project for the company. You're stopping me from fixing this. Aren't you afraid you won't be able to explain it to the boss?
Is a $300,000 project worth you groveling like this? You're such a loser. The royal baby in my belly is hungry. Go get me something to eat. I want the snow frog stewed with rock sugar and papaya from Wangshe Dessert Shop.
Hey,
Don't you dare think about fooling me with some street stall dessert. I told you, I have a cold constitution. I can only eat their traditional stewed pear.
that trendy shop only makes 100 servings a day, and they don't take online reservations. Where do you expect me to get it for you?
My job is just to drink it. How you get it is your problem. Assistant Lin. In this industry, there shouldn't be a chief assistant.
Who can't even handle such a small thing, right?
If you can't do it well, I'll spread the word so everyone can steer clear. I'll tell all the ladies to be careful and not hire a useless person.
It's 3 o'clock. Li Muqian's plane has landed. Li Muqian, what kind of awful girlfriend did you find?
The number you have dialed is powered off. Sorry.
I was just talking too fast. Boss lady, here's the papaya and snow clam soup you ordered.
Ah. It's already 3 o'clock, and you're just now bringing it back. You really are incompetent.
Yes. I'll do better next time.
What good is just saying that? Xiao-san, what do you think we should do with an employee like this?
Fire him, of course.
Manager son, you'd better know what you're saying.
Firing him is a bit too much. Assistant Lin just isn't cut out to be a chief assistant. He can still do other jobs. Like my trash can. I don't feel like drinking this soup anymore. You take care of it for me.
Boss lady, I'm allergic to papaya. Are you still practicing love songs?
Hey, boss lady, I'm giving you a gift. You dare refuse?
Hey,
You should have said so earlier. You're just a lowlife, a slave under my husband's thumb. Today, I'm not making you eat papaya. I'm making you eat a bullet, and you'd better choke on it.
you love being a bootlicker so much, then go have an allergic reaction and drop dead for your master. And you, calling her a homewrecker every other word. Do you have a royal bloodline to protect or something?
Zhao, you're done for. When my husband gets back, I'll make sure he deals with you.
Deal with me? Fine. Then have him come patch things up himself. Let's see who else but me can cover that $3 billion shortfall for him.
Assistant Lin, we all heard that. So satisfying.
Assistant Lin, it had to be you.
That was awesome.
Oh.
Xiao Wang, what's wrong?
I have an old ankle injury, and I did a lot of slave climbing today. It's acting up again.
No, Zhangqian, we need to get Xiao Wang to the hospital first.
But Shen Manling won't let us use the elevator. Xiao Wang, your foot is in this state. How are we supposed to get down the stairs? Who dares use my elevator? Lin Zhao. It's you again. Going against me. Is that it? Do you really not want your job anymore?
Shen Manling, I've put up with you long enough. Today, I'm not just using the elevator, I'm turning on the computers and the AC too. If you can't stand the pollution, go home and rest easy. Stop throwing your weight around where people are trying to work.
Lin Zhao, are you trying to start a mutiny? I'll let you use the elevator. How dare you defy me? I'll show you. I'll show you.
Get him to the ICU now.
Get out. Get out. You're fired. From now on, Manager Sun is the company's new chief assistant. Listen up, all of you. If anyone dares to cross me again, you'll end up like him. You'll all be out of here.
I'm the chief assistant. Besides the boss, no one has the authority to fire me.
Finally back. I'm about to propose to Zhao Zhao. I just don't know if she'll say yes. Hello.
Lin Qian, your wife came to the company throwing her weight around, claiming she's going to fire me. If this is really your idea, if this is what you want, I'll resign right now.
Mrs. Lin, what are you talking about? To the company. Hello. Mrs. Lin, I'm not even married. How could I have a wife?
You're not married? So, have you ever had any one-night stands or something?
Lin Zhao, you arrange my entire schedule. Wouldn't you know if I had a woman in my life? Wait for me, I'm heading back to the office right now. We'll talk in person.
Shen Manlin, how dare you falsely claim you're pregnant with the Yunjing Group CEO's child? Do you know how many years in jail you could get for slander of this magnitude?
Nonsense. Who would dare arrest me? The child in my belly is your boss's. If anything happens to me, you'll pay with your lives.
Fine, then I'll just give the boss another call, and we can sort this out.
Lin Zhao, you've called my husband repeatedly. Are you trying to seduce him right in front of me?
We have plenty of phones. Call Zhang Qian.
Hello? The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. Assistant Lin. Couldn't get through. You talentless hacks. Think you can seduce my husband? Lin Zhao, since you're so eager to call my husband, you worthless tramp. Manager son, get her out of the company.
I told you, I'm the CEO's assistant. Even if you were the boss's wife, you don't have the authority to fire me. Especially since the boss clearly denied it.
Go.
You won't give up until you're forced to.
Hey, Mom, I think Zhao Zhao's in some trouble. Can you go check on her for me? I'm really worried. It'll be a while before I can get back to the office. Okay.
Son, don't worry. I won't let anyone bully Zhao Zhao. Hey? Son. Manlin's on the phone. You hang up first.
Okay.
Manlin. How have you been? You're expecting. When you're free, come home for dinner. I'll make you some soup.
Don't worry, Andy. Andy, I'm getting bullied at work. Can I fire them?
That's your call. You should decide for yourselves.
Thanks, Andy. I'll hang up now.
Auntie Lee.
Manlin, you couldn't seduce my husband, so you're going after my mother-in-law. You have no shame at all.
Don't tell me. You're lying to me again?
What are you standing around for? Get him out of here.
Lin Zhao, thank your lucky stars, and get out of here with your junk.
See that? That's what happens when you cross me. If anyone dares to disobey me, you'll end up just like him. You're all fired. Assistant Lin. Assistant Lin. It's bad. Mr. Zhang is partnering with Cheng Sheng Company, our arch-rival. Cheng Sheng's people are causing a scene up front right now.
Take me there.
You're already fired. What's the point of going? Pack your things and get out. Of course I, the boss's wife, will handle Cheng Sheng personally.
I'm looking for Assistant Lin Zhao. What are you, a useless know-nothing, doing here?
You think Cheng Sheng is so great? Just because you work with Mr. Zhang? Let me tell you something. Your little project isn't even enough to fill a cavity for Yunjing. Security, get him out of here.
You. Assistant Lin. What's this?
Fired?
So, Assistant Lin, want to join us? Cheng Sheng.
Even trash is worth fighting over? Seems like Cheng Sheng has no vision either.
Assistant Lin, were you fired because of that boss's wife at Yunjing, right?
Yes. Thanks for the offer, but the boss at Yunjing did me a solid. I can't work with you anymore. Sorry. But as a fellow professional, let me give you some advice. Mr. Zhang believes in integrity. He hates underhanded deals in business. Yunjing just terminated your contract, and you're already here causing trouble. If word gets out that Mr. Zhang is petty and vindictive, and that label sticks to him, Mr. Ching might find the consequences outweigh the benefits.
I understand. Thank you, Assistant Lin. We'll leave now.
Hey. Lin Zhao, what did that bitch say to them? They're just leaving?
They were definitely intimidated by your presence, boss lady. They chickened out.
Well, what can that good-for-nothing possibly do?
Zhao Zhao.
Auntie. What are you doing here?
Xiaoqian said you might run into some problems here, so he asked me to come check on you.
Li Muqian.
Heh.
Oh, right, Auntie. Is that Shen Manling your daughter-in-law?
Zhao Zhao, you. How did you know? Zhao Zhao. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, right. Auntie brought you a gift this time. Ha ha. Look.
Manlin, your husband's company is so impressive.
Of course it is.
Let's go. Hey, Manlin, isn't that your mother-in-law over there? Who's that woman with her? Why do they look so close?
Lin Zhaozhao.
Where's my heirloom bracelet? Xiaoqian is proposing to Zhao Zhao today.
Auntie, what's wrong?
Zhao Zhao. I brought you a gift, but I seem to have lost it. Wait here, dear. I'll go back and look for it. Don't go anywhere. Wait for me.
Lin Zhaozhao, you stole my crush back in school, and now you're trying to steal Manlin's rich husband too, huh? You really never change.
What are you doing? What do you think?
I'm gonna hit you.
You shameless homewrecker.
Manlin just got pregnant, and you're already trying to get into her husband's bed? How low can you get?
That's nonsense. It's a lie. You're all talking nonsense. That's a total lie.
A serial homewrecker like you is afraid of a little gossip? Lin Zhaozhao, you. Don't tell me you don't recognize me.
Wang Jiao. I was never with him, and Li Muqian never liked you either. I didn't come between you. If you join their little riot now, that's straight up brawling. You'll end up in jail, at the very least.
Pathetic.
Shen Manlin. This is a crime.
Hold him down.
I'm calling the police. Xingyang Road, Yunjing Building. Shut up, there's a brawl downstairs. Assault.
Monli, it looks like she actually called the police. What do we do now? Let's go.
Wait. Great. Lin Zhaozhao. I knew you broke your phone in the office on purpose. You couldn't call anyone. You bitch, you dare to report me? I'll kill you today.
You, a homewrecker like you dare to challenge the Zhao family, Huang Jiao.
Lin Zhaozhao. Are you trying to cross me?
Jiao, have you forgotten how you chased after Senior Lu for 2 whole years? He was just about to say yes. It was Lin Zhaozhao who showed up out of nowhere to seduce him, and stole his heart in just 3 days.
Manlin, she's just a mistress. How dare she yell at you, the rightful wife? How outrageous.
Lin Zhaozhao. You want to be my husband's chief assistant? Not a chance. But I, as the magnanimous wife, will allow a concubine like you to call me sister. As the magnanimous main wife, I can allow a concubine like you to call me sister.
Ugh, disgusting. Someone with a dirty mind. Sees filth in everything.
Hey. Looks like you can't even be a proper mistress anymore. To actually do this, do it.
Dare to go against Sister Manlin. Are you tired of living?
Oh. Hit her. For me. Hit her hard.
Shen Manlin, aren't you afraid Madame Li will find out about this?
So what if she finds out? You think she wouldn't side with her daughter-in-law? And would side with a mistress like you? Ah.
It's shameless mistresses like Lin Zhaozhao who need to be taught who the real lady of the house is.
Stop.
Shen Manlin, what are you doing? Auntie. Manlin, what are you doing here?
Nothing much.
I definitely heard a huge argument here just now.
Auntie. I heard it too and came to check it out. Ah.
Oh. Ah. Ah. Ah.
Ah.
Where's Xiao Xiao? Did you see a girl in white? About 5'5", carrying a box?
No. I didn't see anything.
Ah.
Auntie. I remember now. I did see a girl in white heading. Towards the restroom over there.
Oh, got it. Help.
Help. Auntie Lee. Yin Zhao Zhao. Don't even think about it. No one's coming to save you. TSK. Look where it got you. You could have done anything, but you chose to be a homewrecker.
Manlin, what do we do now? Your mother-in-law seems to be looking for her. If she sees this...
Manlin, in for a penny, in for a pound. If your mother-in-law sees you treating her like this, she'll definitely think you're ruthless. Do you still think you can marry into that wealthy family?
Yin Zhao Zhao. I thought firing you would stop you from clinging to my husband. But you just can't give up, can you? You even went and charmed my mother-in-law. What a cheap necklace. Wishing my dear Zhao Zhao eternal happiness.
Tell me.
Did my husband give this to you?
Ciao ciao.
After Mom passed away.
Just wear this necklace. Take Mom to see what the world will be like in 10 years. Mom.
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 Lin Chao Chao, have you lost your mind? What are you standing around for? Hold him down.
Shen Manlin.
I'll kill you. Let go. Let go.
Ah.
He's crazy. He's lost it.
Shen Manlin, I'll never let you go, even if I die. You. What you? Give me back my present.
Give it back? In your dreams.
Ah.
You two, take him to the company restroom.
Hello. Did you see a girl in white go into the bathroom? Heh.
No, I didn't.
What's all that racket outside about?
I heard someone came to the company to catch the other woman. That girl got beaten up real bad.
Ah. Catching the other woman?
Lin Zhao Zhao. I was worried my husband would be disgusted seeing you all filthy. So I brought you here specifically to get you cleaned up. How about that? You should thank me.
Give me back my necklace.
Manlin, so that necklace really was from your husband. Who knows? Maybe it's even some love token. Lin Zhao Zhao, don't tell me you're planning to blackmail Mr. Lee with that cheap necklace someday?
That was given to me by my family. Shen Manlin, no one admires someone who's never satisfied. Honey, I just want my necklace back. Give it to me, and I'll leave right away.
Go. Did I say you could leave? I'm not done with you. Even injured, you still look so pretty. Looks like I'll have to completely ruin your face. Then you won't be seducing any more men. Humph. Hold her down.
Isn't this Xiao Xiao's most treasured necklace? How did it end up here? Hello.
Mom, I can't get through to Lin Zhao Zhao. What's going on?
You slut who sleeps with anyone. Only by giving you a good scrubbing can I keep you from dirtying my husband's eyes.
Mr. Zhang, regarding the project, I've heard about the situation. Whether we do business or not, we at Yunjing should sincerely apologize to you. Assistant Lin and I will host a dinner for you tonight, and we hope you'll honor us with your presence.
Mr. Li, this project is already in our hands at Qingshen. It's not very decent of you to try to poach right in front of me.
Mr. Li invites me to dinner as soon as he's back from his trip. I should still give him that face. As for the business, we can discuss it with Assistant Lin tonight.
Assistant Lin won't be coming tonight. Mr. Li, Assistant Lin has been fired by your wife. You must know that, right? Assistant Lin turned down our offer at Qingshen to repay the opportunity you gave him. Your only good judgment was in picking Assistant Lin. Your judgment of others is a bit off.
All disinfected. Time for surgery.
Shen Manlin. If you stop now, there's still a way out.
What are you doing?
Humph.
I'm being kind by not ruining your face. You'll be the other woman forever. Looked down on by everyone for the rest of your life. A way out? Lin Zhaozhao. Do you think I'm a commoner like you? I'm the wife of the CEO of the Cloud Crystal Group. Even if I disfigure you today, no one would dare touch me.
Tag him.
Stop.
Get away, get away. Zhao Zhao, are you okay? Heh, you all right? What did you all do to him?
Ma'am. She took my necklace.
They took my necklace.
It's okay, it's okay. See, I picked it up for you. It's not lost. Zhao Zhao, Zhao Zhao.
Grandma, this Lin Zhaozhao. She's a homewrecker. She's been scheming, thinking she can take advantage of my pregnancy to get into my husband's bed. How can you side with this outsider?
Shut up. You're not pregnant. How could that boy possibly cheat? Besides, do you have any proof? Do you know what you're doing is illegal?
Grandma, how can you not believe me? I'm carrying your own grandson in my belly. You have to stand up for me.
But you can't hit people no matter what. What's more, she can't be a homewrecker. She wouldn't even look at your husband.
Ma'am.
How can you say that about your own son?
Shut up. If I find out Li Chengjiang had anything to do with this, I won't let him off the hook either. Ever since we brought Li Chengjiang home from the orphanage, I treated him as my own. I raised him for over 20 years, and he's accomplished nothing. On top of that, he's always scheming to trip Xiaoxian up. What's wrong with me saying a few words to him? Get up. Are you okay? Why is he so hot? What are you standing around for? Call an ambulance.
It's just a minor thing. No need for an ambulance.
Shen Bolin, let me tell you something. If anything happens to Zhao Zhao, the baby you're carrying, our Li family won't acknowledge it.
Who did this? Turn around, head to the hospital.
Zhang Qian, what are you doing here?
Mr. Lin, you're awake? Mr. Lin, here's all the surveillance evidence. And they didn't notice.
What about Mrs. Li?
Mrs. Li went to confront Shen Manli, and she sounded pretty angry. They're such monsters. Beating you up like this. Just now, Jiao Jiao texted me saying she's going to report you for assault. That's just twisting the facts.
That's all they're capable of. By the way, after I got to the hospital, did the doctor examine your injuries?
Yes. The doctor said you have a concussion, a cartilage contusion in your right leg, and multiple abrasions on your body. Mr. Lin. Report it.
Report it. Shen Manli is pregnant with the Li family's grandson. Even if we report it, The case will end up in the Lee family's hands. Oh, right. The boss is back at the company. Zhang Qian. Go get the injury report from the nurse's station for me. I'm filing a police report. Okay, it's still here. My head's still spinning. If I find out that Li Qingjiang had a hand in this, I won't let him off the hook either. While I was unconscious, I think I heard Aunt Li mention Li Qingjiang. Li Qingjiang? Who's Li Qingjiang? Is he Shen Manling's husband? Or does Aunt Li have another son? Shen Manling's husband isn't the boss.
Assistant Lin, you're still not allowed out of bed?
It's fine. The priority right now is to get back to the company. I need to ask Shen Manling some questions.
Hello, nurse. Have you seen Lin Zhaozhao?
Lin Zhaozhao? Lin Zhaozhao was just discharged. Are you a family member? She was pretty badly hurt. You should really convince her to stay a bit longer. Huh? Where'd they go?
See? Tough as nails. The old lady worries for nothing.
Right? She's mistress material, alright. Went through all that and still didn't die.
Lin Zhaozhao. Most people, if they got exposed as a mistress, would have found a place to end it all. You really are shameless.
Mistress Lin, the assistant. When did I become a mistress? That can't be.
I don't know.
Lin Zhaozhao, you've been fired. How dare you show your face back at the company?
Shen Manlin. Who exactly is your husband?
Are you done yet? I've already told you. The baby in my belly is Boss Li's child. The Li family's eldest grandson and heir. You don't actually think that by playing the victim and acting all sweet with my mother-in-law, he'll do something to me and let you take my place, do you? Dream on.
Who said they're pregnant with my child?
Shut down.
Who said they're pregnant with my child? Are you kidding me?
I didn't protect you well enough, and I lost the contract too.
Lin Zhaozhao, I'm saying, with all of them ganging up on you, how could you take them all on by yourself? It's not your fault you got bullied, but you can learn to rely on others a bit more. On other people. Okay. President Yu, did you open a massage parlor here? Everyone, back to your stations and get to work. It's so hot in here. Who turned off the AC?
Who are you? They're all here to serve me, and the royal heir in my belly. Weren't you listening when I laid down the rules?
You're in my company, and you don't know who I am.
There are thousands of people in just one Yinjing group building. Why should I know someone like you? Security. Get him out of here.
Shen Manny, you've been making a scene since you got here, claiming you're pregnant with President Li's child. Well, President Li is right here. Don't you recognize him?
What are you talking about? My husband is tall and strong, with an 8-pack abs. He's nothing like this pale chicken, this skinny weakling.
Senior Li, do you remember me? It's me, Jiao Jiao.
No.
There's no more room.
Can you just rely on me for once? Fang Qian, tell security to throw them all out, and that so-called manager son. Fire him.
It's over. Completely over.
Ah. Why?
Lin Zhaozhao, don't think some random guy can protect you. My husband will deal with you when he gets back. Hey, Cheng Jiang. One of your Yunjing employees bullied me.
What?
Baby.
Don't worry, when I get back from my business trip, I'll have them fired.
I'll get revenge for you.
Hung.
You saw the surveillance footage. That's what happened.
Didn't I tell you I don't have a girlfriend? You should have just kicked her out right then.
That's exactly what I thought. But then she video called Mrs. Lee. I was completely caught off guard.
She video called your mom.
And Mrs. Lee actually said Shin Manling is her daughter-in-law. The way they were talking sounded pretty familiar with each other.
Daughter-in-law. I'm gonna go ask my mom.
Hey, Lee Muqian, you need to hurry up and find out who's pretending to be Yun Jing's boss. There's still a chance to save Mr. Zhang's project. If we miss this, Yun Jing will miss her big break.
Okay, be good. Lie down nicely. Don't move around. You're hurt this bad and still thinking about work.
It's a job that pays 50,000 a month, with 4 days on, 3 days off. Okay.
Focus on getting better. If you can recover before your birthday, I'll give you a 200,000 deposit. I will find out who's behind this. Whoever hurt you will pay.
I'm all recovered, and I'm going to pitch the project.
But Mr. Zhang has been tied up lately.
Well then, I'll go find the person who impersonated you.
I already asked my dad about that. But we need to wait for someone to gather evidence first.
I'm fine now. Then I'm going back to my own place.
Hey, no. It's just, what if?
Lee Muqian, the project is my job, and going home is my right. I'm the victim here. I have a right to be involved in the investigation. You won't let me do anything. You don't actually think you're being cool by protecting me, do you? Did I do a good job protecting you?
Hey. No, Zhao Zhao, there's something really important I need to say. I was gonna wait until your birthday to tell you. So you can't know ahead of time. Can you hold on a little longer?
Just a few days? Well, what about the project and the case?
I was planning to wait until you were in better shape. Okay. What's your plan?
We gotta secure our own house before dealing with outsiders. We still need to track down Shin Manling's fake husband first. We have to find a way to lure Shin Manling to our spot first. Then hold him there. Play the long game to catch the big fish. Let Shin Manling herself flush out the mastermind, so we can catch them red-handed.
Okay. In that case, let's head to Yinguang Mall. A big shopping trip.
What for?
Aren't you trying to play the long game to catch the big fish? Shin Manling's at Yinguang Mall right now. If you don't go after the fish, how's the fish gonna bite?
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Boss.
The task you assigned is done.
Good, I know.
Why did you actually buy so much stuff?
When you're putting on a show, you gotta go all out. Here, there's still 2 million left on the card. Your job is to spend it all on him. I'm going to find Zhang Zhao now. Is everything ready? Don't worry, Mr. Lee. The restaurant has been prepared, according to your requirements. Good. Zhao Zhao. Will you accept my confession?
I heard Mrs. Zhang loves sapphires the most. Can I take a look at this necklace?
You have excellent taste, miss. The main stone of this necklace is a rare 12-carat cashmere sapphire, cut in a sugarloaf style. A rare classical treasure. What are you looking at, you pauper? You think you can afford this? Miss, this lady saw the necklace first. Perhaps I can show you some other styles? When you run a business, it shouldn't be about who can afford it, but who is here first, right?
Exactly, so wrap it up for her. Our Manlin is the wife of Mr. Lee of Yunjin. If you offend Mr. Lee, can you handle the consequences?
Fine. Then wrap it up for her.
Yes. Miss, this card has insufficient funds. Would you like to use a different card? Impossible. There's 1 million in this card. How could I not afford a lousy necklace? Miss, this sapphire necklace costs 1.4 million. You. What kind of a rip-off joint is this?
Shen Manlin. This store clearly marks its prices. No one's forcing you to buy. If you can't afford it, just go to another store.
What do you mean by that? Watch your mouth. Our Manlin is Mr. Lee's wife. How could she not afford it? Manlin, let's use a different card.
It's just a cheap necklace anyway. I don't even want it. Let that bitch have it. Lin Zhaozhao. Didn't you want to buy the necklace? I don't want it anymore. You buy it.
Thanks. You.
Stop right there. In Chow Chow, where did you get so much money? Did my husband give it to you?
Of course, that bitch Monly never learns. Why waste words on her? Teach her a lesson. Make her remember this.
Get lost.
Lin Jin. It's you.
How dare you fakes be so arrogant? If you offend me, my husband will make you pay when he gets here. You deadbeat. Didn't Lin Zhaozhao share the money she earned in bed with you? You can't even afford clothes with a brand label.
What do you mean we don't? I was just about to take her to Songyan K, the fanciest restaurant in Haicheng, for a big meal. Oh. I remember that's also owned by Boss Lee from Yunjing. Come on, the big fish is about to bite.
You just let them insult you.
Oh.
A true visionary doesn't sweat the small stuff. Wow, boss, I was just stunned by your foresight. I spaced out and forgot to talk back. Good thing you've always been particular. No. I have standards. Only custom-made clothes for me. Perfect. They think it's cheap stuff, and they fell right into our trap.
What now? Cheng Jiang hasn't brought me here before. But if I don't go in, won't I lose face in front of Lin Zhaozhao?
Ma'am, why aren't you going in? With your status, you should dine here often.
Of course, our Manling is carrying the Lee family heir. Her status is exalted. Every meal is prepared by a master chef, not like you lot. So lowly.
Whatever.
Since Songyin Sparrow is under the Yunjing group, with the child in my belly, no one dares to stop me. Songyin Sparrow is a feast for you, but for me, it's just my own kitchen. Poppers, since you're here, today's meal, I'll treat you to the top private room. Broaden your horizons.
Please show your membership card.
Open your dog eyes and look clearly. This is the boss's wife of Yunjing, your parent company.
Manling, don't you come here often? Why are they asking for your card?
They must be new, and don't recognize me yet. Are your dog eyes blind? I'm the owner's wife of Yunjing. Be smart and get out of my way.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we operate on a membership basis here. Without a card, you really cannot enter.
How dare you? You.
Who dares to make a scene here? Hiss. Good day. I'm the manager of Songyun Sparrow. The owner specifically asked me to attend to you.
I knew my husband would have arranged things in advance.
This way, please.
Wow. Xianyun Residence really lives up to its name. The decor is incredibly luxurious.
Look, the paintings hanging everywhere here. They're all genuine masterpieces by renowned artists.
Wow.
Genuine. Boss, your taste is truly priceless.
Get your filthy hands off. These are all genuine antiques. If you damage them, can you afford to pay for it?
They are indeed fragile. You might want to consider replacing it.
Sister-in-law Lin, our Manlin is the real lady boss of the company. Don't think tagging along for a free meal will let you climb the social ladder.
The poor will always stay poor. I bet this is the only chance you'll get in your entire life to experience this. Finally, we get to eat food made by a top chef.
Don't embarrass me.
Hello.
Miss, you may order first. These are our latest offerings. All right.
I want the best.
Manlin, I'd like to go take some photos first. You guys order. I'll be right back.
Such trash.
80,000 for a milfi? That's downright robbery.
What's all the fuss about? How embarrassing.
Li Muqian, how can you set prices like this? Don't you have a conscience?
Of course not. Because this price is a special rate for Shen Manling.
Huh.
It's normal for a poor wretch like you to find it expensive. This is no ordinary cake. The cream in this cake is from New Zealand. The cake base is imported from Egypt. Even the jam is made from Austrian natural pastures. Of course it's expensive.
The boss lady is absolutely right.
Sis, we can order anything we want, right? The boss lady can afford it, can't she?
Of course, our Manling is the CEO's wife. A little money like this is nothing to her.
Managerly, write it all down. My husband is paying for everything today. My husband's paying for everyone today.
Yes. Seasonal appetizers with Chifeng Longjing tea. For the main course, aged huadiao wine with scaly stone fish. And a serving of truffle chicken soup. Remember to simmer it for at least 8 hours. Very well. If you want anything to eat, just tell me. I'll have it delivered to your home. As much as you want.
Hey. No, I quit. I'll eat when I quit. I'll have the same as him.
You.
Then I'll add some foie gras, and the rest the same as seniorly.
That's enough.
What's wrong, Manlin?
Jiao, I'm afraid you can't handle it. If Li Chengjiang finds out I spent so much of his money treating others to a meal.
Boss lady, are you worried about the bill? Don't worry. This is a Chinese restaurant. We only serve desserts for Western cuisine, no foie gras. That saves you 120,000. You only need to pay $1,794,000.
Manlin, I just heard from the waiter. The boss decorated a secret private room on the top floor really romantically, and he even prepared a crystal necklace. Could it be a surprise for you?
Is the boss going to propose to you? Take us to see it first, okay?
Seems I was overthinking it. My husband loves me so much. And he's even preparing a proposal dinner for me. Since it's a surprise prepared for me, then let's wait. If we see it now, wouldn't my husband's preparations be in vain?
That's one expensive fishing hook. A crystal necklace?
I'm not fishing for fish. I'm fishing for a wife. I'm innocent, boss. I really didn't leak the plan.
Now that the hook is in the water, the fish has no choice but to bite. Mrs. Boss, I've never seen a crystal necklace before. Why don't you show me what it's all about?
Don't go, Lin Zhaozhao, don't go. Shut your mouth, stop her.
Forget it. What if the boss prepared it for someone else? That wouldn't be good.
What are you talking about?
You.
My husband must have gotten it for me. Manager Lee, take us to see it now.
Yes. Miss Lin. Since it's a surprise, how can we see it ahead of time, right?
I'm the boss's wife of the Yunjin Group. Is there anything I'm not allowed to see?
That venue is a one-time setup.
Well then, how about just bringing the necklace over to show them?
This? We're done for. How are we going to handle this? There's no time. You arrange for someone to deliver the necklace and then go pick up Professor Lin. Yes.
Wow, Mylin. This is so beautiful. Mr. Lee is so good to you.
Don't make a fuss.
Let me take a look.
Mr. Lee, let's go. Get your dirty hands off.
Ah.
You useless fool can't even hold a tray steady. And you ruined the surprise my husband prepared for me. Do you believe I'll kill you?
You're the one who rushed over and knocked it over. Why did you hit him?
Manlin is your boss's wife. It's only right for her to discipline an employee. Who do you think you are to speak?
Are you so sure this restaurant is hers?
If it's not me, then is it you? I am the owner's wife of this restaurant.
Lin Zhaozhao, a poor wretch like you can only get in here thanks to Manlin. Apologize to Manlin now.
Lin Zhaozhao, if you kneel down and kowtow to apologize right now, I might consider letting it go.
I can apologize. But will you be kneeling when you hear it?
This? Who did this?
Are you saying it was him? He broke the necklace?
Yes, it was him. He was jealous of the boss's wife.
So he broke the necklace on purpose.
You can leave for now.
We all saw it. He's the one who ruined Boss Lee's surprise. And he insulted the boss's wife. Get him out of here.
What did you say? Your boss is married?
Oh, dear. Mr. Lin, please calm down. It's a misunderstanding. All a misunderstanding.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Your boss invited me.
Lin Zhaozhao, you're a complete disgrace. It's bad enough you're here freeloading, but you had to drag your dad into it.
What a family of beggars. You must be used to begging, huh?
What nonsense are you spouting? A nice young lady with such a filthy mouth. The boss invited me here.
Calm down. Sir, calm down. Just calm down.
Lin Zhaozhao, your dad is even more shameless than you are. Being a mistress isn't enough for her. She still wants to take her place. The rotten apple spoils the barrel.
Shin Manlin, apologize to my dad.
You. How dare you stop me? Just wait until my husband gets here. I'll have him fire you. You.
I said apologize to my dad. You.
You dare do it, but can't take the criticism? You and your dad are both lowlife, shameless, poor trash. Does your dad even know you're someone's mistress out there? Got fired, didn't you?
That's a lie. Our Zhao Zhao would never do such a thing. That's slander. You're framing her.
He knew she was married and still went for her. He's morally bankrupt. He disrespected the boss's wife. Which part of that is untrue?
Zhao Zhao, what on earth is going on? Have you been wronged out there?
Dad. I'm the one who's wronged you.
Mr. Lin, please, stay calm. Assistant Lin is not a homewrecker, and she hasn't been fired.
What did you say? That bitch hasn't been fired yet? That bitch hasn't been fired yet? On what grounds? On what grounds? That bitch hasn't been fired yet?
Get your boss here to save me.
Oh.
Don't be angry.
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
This? How am I supposed to explain this to the boss? Miss, stop that. The things you damaged are worth over $30 million.
Now.
30 million? Mailing. He's not going to make us pay, is he?
He wouldn't dare.
Hey, miss, you must pay for the damages in full before you can leave the company.
Humph. What did you say? Let me tell you something. You're just a dog working for the Lee family. I'm the boss's wife of this company. Even if I smash this place to pieces today, I won't pay you a single cent.
Hey.
How Hong, you've got some nerve. Daring to block me. Go.
Ah.
You break it, you pay for it. If you don't want to settle this privately, then we'll let the police handle it.
Who the hell do you think you are? What are you standing around for? Grab him.
Hey, he's the one who caused the 30 million in damage. If you're so eager to be his accomplice, do you want to pay for it together?
Where's your boss? Why aren't you sending someone to report this to the police? Today, with us old fools here, who dares lay a finger on our Zhao Zhao?
Dad.
Dad. What, you?
Nothing to say. You dare touch my people.
Are you blind? It was clearly Lin Zhao Zhao.
Are you okay? Chow chow.
Dad, Zhangzhe is outside. Let him take you home first. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, be careful.
Leaving so soon. Afraid I'll expose you in front of your dad. You actually dared to hit our Manchester United. You must have a death wish.
I, Li Muqing, have never been threatened in my life. Whether I live or not, I don't know. But you certainly won't.
Humph. You imposter. How dare you threaten me?
We received a report. Someone maliciously damaged property. Who was it?
Officer, it's this woman. She came here and caused a scene, and damaged property at will. Here's the detailed list of our financial losses, and the total amount.
Please come with us. This is Mr. Lee's restaurant. You think you can just smash things up? Are you made of money that you can just waste it like this?
What?
This is clearly my husband's company. I'm the boss's wife. I can smash whatever I want.
Yeah, are you guys mistaken?
Lin Muqian. When did you get married? And you had us come arrest your wife. Are you crazy?
Chengqiu. I'm not married. I have no relation to this person. By the way, we will not accept mediation. Take her away directly.
What's the deal with Manlin? The company belongs to this Lin Muqian, right?
No way.
My husband is the real owner here. He's a complete fraud. Oh, I get it now. You're all actors he hired, aren't you? Fine. You, Lin Zhao. How dare you conspire against me? I won't fall for this.
You can't just make accusations like that. Here are my credentials.
Manlin, these look real. I don't want to be taken in by the authorities. You have to help me.
Shen Manlin. You keep saying your husband owns this restaurant. Now that you're in trouble, why don't you call him to bail you out?
Yeah, Manlin, call your husband right now. Let him deal with them.
I knew it. Li Muqian wouldn't have such poor taste. So it turns out, someone's been impersonating you out there. In that case, get your husband down here.
Fine. You just wait. Hello? Honey. I'm at our restaurant today. And someone's impersonating you. They're bullying me around. They even threatened to arrest my husband. I'm so scared.
What?
Who dares to impersonate me?
Hold on.
I'll be right there.
Humph. My husband will be here any minute. You're done for.
She's so confident. Are you really Yunqing's boss?
If I were a fake, who'd give you your year-end bonus?
That's true. But are you really going to make them pay? They don't look like they can afford it.
It's fake. That Mr. Cheng is a friend of mine. I just called him over to scare him a little.
Why, aren't you going to have that imposter arrested?
I asked my mom. The person impersonating me is my brother. My adopted brother. Zhao Zhao. I'm sorry. I asked Dad to come over to discuss something personal, but I never expected him to walk into this mess. He's a university professor. He's probably never been humiliated like this before.
It's your dad. I clearly said that's my dad. Why are you looking at me like that? Is there something on my face?
I can see the word idiot written all over your face.
How childish. Hello, Auntie Lee.
Hello? Auntie, it's Manlin. You hired a man to pretend to be your son, and now you're trying to take my place as the CEO's wife.
Hello.
Ma'am, this is Manlin. You hired a man to impersonate your son, and you're trying to take my place as the CEO's wife?
What are you talking about? Li Muqian is my son.
Who else could he be impersonating?
What? You're really the boss of Yunjin Corporation?
Manlin, what nonsense are you spouting?
What if this guy in front of us is another scammer they hired? Manlin, don't scare me like this.
No way. I don't believe it. You're all lying to me. It must be Li Chengjiang. He doesn't want the baby I'm carrying. So he hired you all to put on this act. To trick me. Oh, huh. Where is Li Chengjiang? I want him to explain this to me personally. I don't believe a word any of you say.
Manlin, you said someone is impersonating me? Who's the idiot with a death wish? Brother? What are you doing here? Brother?
If I weren't here, your girlfriend was about to tear my restaurant apart.
Honey, he's the one who impersonated you, and threw his weight around at the company, and bullied me.
Mr. Li, he's the one who bullied Man, and even hired someone to impersonate you. Isn't that a slap in your face?
Shut up. Bro, it's my fault. I didn't keep them in check. Please, be the bigger person. Let us off the hook this time. I'll get them out of here right now.
If you leave, who's going to pay for Sun Yang's losses?
Lin Zhaozhao, you're just a lowly employee. How dare you bark in front of my husband? For the things I damaged, my husband didn't even say a word. What are you yapping about?
You still dare to speak? Quiet.
Li Chengjiang, you're actually siding with this bitch, and yelling at me.
Li Qingjiang.
Bro.
All these years, I know exactly how many times you've tripped me up behind my back and caused how much trouble. I'm well aware. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Because in my heart, I still consider you my brother. I don't care if you see me as your brother or not, but this time, you crossed the line by targeting Zhao Zhao.
Bro, it's my fault. I was just vain. I just pretended to be the boss of Yunjing to get her into bed. I didn't mean anything else by it. Please, let me off this one time.
Bro, what? You're saying you're not the boss?
Shut the hell up. You're just a hostess. You think you're some rich princess? You think a big shot would be interested in someone like you? Are you out of your damn mind?
Li Chengjiang? You're just putting on an act to test me, right? You're the big boss, aren't you? You're lying to me, right?
Back off. Enough.
Li Qingxiang, if you're unwilling to compensate, then we'll have to let law enforcement step in to mediate.
Brother. I've always thought of you as my brother. I've always thought of you as my own flesh and blood. Brother.
Mr. Li. This is the total amount of economic loss caused by mission. 37 million. Will you be paying by card or scanning a code?
It's not just that. She also damaged the company's cooperation with Mr. Zhang. She has to pay for that too. Brother.
That's way too much. Can we lower it a bit?
Assistant Lin was in charge of the contract. He knows its value best. We'll do exactly as he says.
3 billion. Not a single cent less.
You bitch. It's always something with you. Let me tell you something. I'm not paying you a single cent.
No. Li Chengjiang, I'm carrying your child. You can't just abandon me.
Brother. We're all family here. And she's pregnant. Can you please let her off this time?
Shen Manling not only harmed the company's interests, but also damaged the employees' physical and mental health. The 30 million for this restaurant, you can discuss that with Manager Lee. But the 3 billion for the project, if I can't salvage it, then not a single cent can be reduced.
Who are you, an assistant, to make decisions for my brother? Ha, brother.
I said we'll do as he says. Didn't you hear me? Ooh, disgusting.
No more haggling. The price is final. No more negotiations.
Alright, I guarantee it goes directly into Sunyun District's account, completely open and secure. Sorry to make you two come all this way. Since he's willing to compensate, we won't pursue this further. Hold it. Did I say you could leave?
Bro. What's the meaning of this? Didn't we just pay?
The compensation is settled. Now it's personal. Your woman hit my woman, insulted her, called her a homewrecker. That matter needs to be dealt with too.
What? I'm pregnant. You can't hit me.
I won't hit a pregnant woman. But I'm not letting you off the hook. Li Qingjiang. Bro, she's your woman. Since she can't be hit, you'll take her place.
Hey.
You're not worth my time. You do it. Man.
Bro. My brother. Bro.
We're home.
Finally snapped out of it. What were you thinking about the whole way here?
I was thinking. What do you mean, your woman?
It means, Lin Zhao, I like you. Be my girlfriend.
How dare they beat you up like this?
It's all because of you. Not only do I have to pay your debts, but I also have to take the beatings for you.
It's because you lied and said you were the boss.
I lied to you? Would a lie get you a job at the company? And you dared to hit someone?
I just lost my temper and hit him a couple of times. Even so, you're still his brother. He beat you up like this over some little assistant. He's heartless.
You refuse to admit you're wrong, and now you're trying to drive a wedge between us.
Ouch. My stomach hurts so bad. Lee Chungjung, I'm carrying your child. Is this how you treat me?
My baby. I'm fucking infertile. I didn't want to argue with you before, but now you dare use this to threaten me. Get out. Bitch, get out.
What I mean is, Lin Sa, I like you. Be my girlfriend.
So that necklace was something you prepared for me?
Yeah. But then, I accidentally broke it. I'm already looking for new crystal material.
So, is the thing itself still there?
Yeah, it is. Haha, you're keeping the box and returning the pearl.
It's exactly keeping the box and returning the pearl. I can't accept the ring, because I really haven't thought about marriage yet. But I'll keep this. Thank you for spending so much time preparing this for me. I'll treasure it. I finally got back that $3 billion project. I knew Mrs. Zhang would love it. A sapphire necklace.
Why are you only buying for others, and not for yourself?
I don't want it. It looks really expensive.
Lin Zhao. If you don't want the ring, I can take it as you're still thinking about it. But me giving you this bracelet, it's proof that I'm pursuing you. Could you give me that chance? Too much lipstick. You closed your eyes just now. What were you trying to tell me to do?
That you were about to be kissed? But let me tell you something. This bracelet only proves you're my boyfriend now. To become my fiancé, you'll have to step up your game.